So in the lineup of e-readers, we've gone over some that are probably a bit heavier but more modern looking. We've gone over ones that are older and will work on your toaster. Now we're going to look at some because, of course, I know there are a lot of people out there that like their e-readers on the terminal. So this first one we've got, called Baka, is one such. Now, it's a very pretty one. It actually is a fork of Epi, or Epi, however you want to say it. And Epi is by the same developer as Baka. And Epi, even then, is a fork of eper, which is, again, by the same developer. So this developer's gone through a few different iterations of ebook readers on the terminal, and probably started over a couple different times, but you can see that the past project, last update was in 2022, and then this one was in December 2022, and now we come to Baka. We're not going to look at that one just yet, okay? And this one has been through a couple releases or tags and hasn't quite been fully released, but the last update was 2024 in March. And it still kind of works. So I tried using it a bit ago, but it didn't quite work when I tried to install it. And that's because I didn't have the right version of certain dependencies installed, but now it works just fine. So if I go, so you can see like on the GitHub, it's got very pretty stuff. You can do like your very not pretty stuff as well. Oh, it's got a very basic INI configuration and so on and so forth, limitations. And there's still some things to do to get it up to date with Epi. So still got some work to do. And when was the last update on it? 11 months ago. So kind of been on the back burner, but it still works. It's written in Python. So this is the perfect background for this. But anyway, what we'll do is we'll actually mess with Epi first. And I've already opened, and this is to compare different things with it. And I've already opened up previously to see how well it would work. And this is the Stars Without Numbers rulebook. So you can see it doesn't take long to load up the book, and it shows you where the images are and things like that. And it does support Vim keys. So if that's your thing, and you can see the page turning is actually very, very nice looking. So we can go page by page and scroll this way. There are a couple other options that way, and then we can hit Q to quit. I haven't gone through all the controls on Epi at all, but you get the idea. If I open Baka, however, I want documents, books. Let's start with this one. So even though I'm loading up a book that has, I believe, far less images in it, you'll notice something interesting about Baka. It still takes a hot minute to load up. So this is like my only complaint really with the whole thing, is how much it can take. But you can see it renders images inside of the terminal. Just like, I don't know, didn't look at exactly what it uses, but you can see it goes through, and it's got very pretty tabling as well. Now we can mess with the theming of it using the INI as well. So let's see. So if I were to go into it, if I wanted to, let me see, config Baka INI. Baka, and it was config.ini. So we've got preferred image viewer is set to auto. We've got pretty. Can change that to yes. Okay. And then we're going to leave all the colors default like that. And we're going to hit Q to quit. And then we're going to save and quit there. We're going to reopen that one. And then you can see a little bit how our pretty theming kind of didn't change it very much in here. Now, what's going to be interesting, well, you can see some of the changes. If I go into Baka, I'm going to open up Stars Without Number, and if we compare the times that it took to open up, I've opened it up previously, obviously, because I could autocomplete with the right arrow. Takes a hot minute. Again, it's loading everything in Python. I don't know if it would be quicker in C or what have you, but the developer decided to use Python for this. Now you can see we've actually got some pretty tables too as we're going through. But if we go back up, we've got our book covers and so on. So you can see our tables are not half bad. I kind of like how formatted the tables are. And again, this is an EPUB format. So if you're a tabletop player, many of Signed Nominee's published books, or at least the Kevin Crawford books, do come with an EPUB version. So you can open it up in your ebook reader, or you can use the smartphone PDF for Stars Without Number. I can't remember if the other ones have it like Cities Without Number or so on. But yeah, there is that. Not everything renders perfectly, it looks like. So where you might have a table here, it doesn't seem to quite render too well, it looks like. So you can see for some of the stuff. Kind of depends on the formatting of the EPUB, but most things do okay, it looks like. Some things look like they might need to be corrected. But when it comes to a lighter weight one, these are two other options that you have for reading your books on the terminal. Now, if you're one that hates reading and wants it to read to you, Beseda is one such that can read your ebook to you. Now, I think I've got, do I have it installed? I think, yes, I do. So, this one, you can see it's got, I think, not sure if Ukrainian or Russian, but you get the idea. Let me, Similatov, get wiki, Arch Linux and RH Voice. I know that one's for later. Okay, so I am going to pick on a certain... So because of the way that this one works, we're going to pick on different books in here. Let's actually do...
This is the dummy output module. It seems your speech dispatcher is working, but none of its output modules is, except me. Please check out your log file to see what the problem is. You can find it in /run/user/1000 something /speech dispatcher /log /speech dispatcher log /var/log /speech dispatcher /speech dispatcher log, or in your home in .speech dispatcher /log /speech dispatcher log.
Okay. Okay. So Beseda reads it to you. I haven't quite figured out what's going on, but you know what? We're just going to roll with it for now and go on to the next one. So KOReader is an ebook reader that I've used before. I've mostly used it on my phone, but it is available for desktop as well. So if we go to KOReader.rocks, that's their official web page or whatever. You can see it's very simple looking. Like it's basically made for e-ink displays, is really what it is. So it is pretty portable. It runs on just about anything. So like I said, smartphone, desktop, and things like that. And it is very extendable. It has a lot of configuration options that you can do with it to tweak it and make it a little bit of more your own. So like I said, it's built for e-ink displays, be it your Kindle, your Pocketbook, or Remarkable, Android, Linux, what have you. What's really cool is it also has support for controlling it with a game controller. So if you want to be reading on your whatever that has a controller connected to it, you have that option. If it's ported to whatever device you are using that happens to have a controller or gamepad in it as well. So you could read on your Steam Deck with this thing and put it into Steam and read your books that way. So this is their website. Let's see, user guide maybe. Supports a large variety of ebook formats. Now it doesn't seem to have perfect formatting, but it does the job. You can tweak it and mess with it however you feel necessary as well. Let's see, reading PDFs, plugins, quick menu, let's try keyboard usage and tips. So yeah, you've got the whole thing here, entering characters. It does have a built-in keyboard in the app itself. So it is very, very e-ink compatible. So if I go through, I believe I've downloaded it once or twice before. So we can go over to this one, released back in November. And have I tried installing it before? Maybe I have. Let me double check. No, I haven't. So we're going to go P. It's not there. So what we're going to do is we're going to download the app image because that's going to be easier. We're going to click it. Just make it easy on ourselves. Yeah, that's the 64-bit one. We're going to chmod it, and then we're going to run it. So you can see we get the quick start. Documents will be rendered in color on this device. Grayscale, we can go to the user interface if we want to. And it tells us about the user interface here. We can scroll on the scroll wheel to go through it. Let's see. Next page, previous page. Our top menu here has a lot of options in it. So we can go enable night mode, my preferred mode. Let's see. Read timer, Calibre. We can connect it to Calibre if we really wanted to as well. Let's see. And yeah, it does support RSS feeds as well. It does a lot for an e-reader program. So yeah. Let's see. Where's our library over here? So we can go up. We can go to documents. If we go to our books folder, and you can see we've got a whole host of quick keys if we want to. So I could go into there. We could navigate with our keyboard. I don't have a game controller connected, so there is that. Let's see. Where was it? We're going to pick on the same one we've been picking on. And E. And you can see it renders our beautiful covers as well. So if we go into our EPUB version, we can go through here and you can see it renders fonts just like some of the others that we've had just fine. And it, again, formatting of the EPUB notwithstanding, it will or may not render your ebook well. So in this case, they've actually got some like proper paragraph formatting. There are some ebooks that I've come across that have the EPUB set up so that they define their own line length, and it just really messes with the formatting of it. So I can go back up here. Let's go back to our library. I'm going to go Documents and Books again. Then we're going to go into Skousen here because we are going to take a peek at these ones. And we are going to pick on... You know what? That one works as well, I guess. So yeah, what was the one that I was looking at? So there were a couple in here, I believe, that had really weird formatting, and some of the other readers I was using. That is not what I wanted. Documents. Books. That one. Palm eReader. There we go. I think, was it that one? No, apparently not. So yeah, KOReader does really well. So if we go up here, we can, since we've been doing it in very, very large text formatting, let's go to style. Is it? Documents? No. So yeah, you can have different settings for your, what is it? Different settings for each document that are overwritten. Where is text tweaks? No. Why can't I think of what it is? I don't know. You can make the print smaller as well. There's just a lot of options in here. Font size, that's what I'm looking for. Ignore publisher font size, no. But you can ignore a lot of things if you want to that are in the EPUB itself for the formatting. So you could ignore font faces that are in the EPUB, or just not deal with any of that at all. So yeah, you've got there's just too many to go over, but KOReader is one that I highly recommend, whether it be on your phone or whatever. It, in a lot of ways, provides a very distraction-free environment, and it gives you heads-up stuff. So if you're full-screen KOReader on your phone, you can still have access to your batteries information, and it's not going to completely kill you. And then you've still got your progress bar. If you liked the content, if you enjoyed it, if you think I deserve it, like, comment, subscribe, leave any criticisms you have or what have you. I appreciate it. Feed that algorithm, like I said, and I will see you guys in the next one.